Hello everybody, this is me, Wendy, again back with another video. Hope everybody's doing okay, dealing with the heat. We're having a heat wave where I live. Hope everybody's, coping as best as they can. So I'm still on the kick with doing pour paintings because like I said, I have a lot of paint that I need to use up because I think I've kept my paint for too long. So I need to use them up before I go buying any new paint. So today I decided to do a pour on a vase. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought this vase, which you don't get stuff for $1 at the Dollar Tree anymore. This vase was $1.75, but I didn't mind. It was pretty nice size, and it was good enough for what I wanted to do with it. So I mixed my paint with paint and water. I think it was equal parts acrylic paint and water because I figured I was, I don't know. I think I ended up putting a few drops of silicone in the paint. So anyway, so I'm pouring. I think I use blue, green, like a what you call that, bronzish, that kind of bronze color, black and white on this. So I pour, I pour and I continue pouring it. And then underneath that is an old canvas, which I was going to change the canvas. But I decided I'll just scrape off some of the old stuff that was on there and just use it to do a pour painting. Because as you guys know, I do not throw away canvases because they cost too much. So anyway, I'm pouring all the different colors, and I'm sorry, I don't have a side angle for you to see the paint falling down the side because I could not find my camera stand. The one that tilts, I could not find it, and the one that I had in my studio that's upright, it just wasn't getting a good angle. So I figured I'd do this, and then when I was almost done, just try and get you a side view for you to see what it looks like. So while you're looking at what I'm doing, I just want to ask you guys, and I believe I may have asked this question about a couple years ago, I'm not sure. But do you form your friendships where you work, or do you try to form your friendships that you want to be lasting friendships? Do you seek people outside of where you work? Because I've discovered over the years that where you work is not where you form your friendships. I mean, for some people it works, yeah, all power to you. But I think that is not where you form your friendships because it becomes difficult, especially if you start moving up in the company and the person you're friends with is not moving up. Or if that friend is having difficulty coping in some areas and you're not, it tends to bring tension to the friendship. So for me, I just believe you should form your friendships outside of your work environment. I believe your job is where you go to exchange your labor for a paycheck. And it's always a good thing if you enjoy what you do because you got to be there for 8 hours a day. So imagine not forming friendships there and not liking what you do. That makes for a bad combination. So I'm just saying, it's up to you, but I just thought I'd put that out there. Food, something for you to think about. I mean, to each his own. Everybody has to do what they think is best for them. But anyway, so back to my pouring of this paint on the vase. So I did the best that I could here. And I decided while I was doing it, all that paint that you see is flowing down on that canvas. I said, well, let's see how it turns out as just an abstract piece. Let's see what I end up with. Because I'm thinking, depending on how that works out, I might still take that canvas off when it's all dried and try to make like a book cover or something. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Buy like a notebook and make like a what you call this thing, a journal, and cover it with however that comes out. I think I'll try that, and I'll do a video on that so y'all can see how that turns out. Yeah, that might not be such a bad idea. So then I had the brilliant idea. Of course, I want to see y'all see the side, so see how it looks. And I wanted it to dry like that with the white and the green, and just like how it looks there. I was hoping it would dry like that, but of course that didn't happen. So anyway, do not forget to like, give the video a thumbs up, I see a lot of you guys watch my videos, but you don't give it a like. Please give it a like, leave a comment, and most of all, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I'll show you in a minute. After I had some trouble moving the vase off of that, I guess I didn't think it all the way through. And here my hand is just everywhere because I'm trying to pour and trying to hold the camera, and that didn't always work out well. So my hand, see, look at that. I wanted it to be able to dry and look like that, you know, but that's not how it ended up. You'll see in a minute, but it ended up pretty okay for my first try. I'm gonna try and do this again at a later time when I figure out, you know, exactly how to mix the paint, the correct way to mix the paint so that it stays and doesn't just run all the way down and nothing else happens. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really do. I came home this afternoon. I was very tired, but I said I have to keep doing these videos because I kind of keep falling off the wagon with them, and I don't want to do that. I want to really try and be consistent like I used to be a couple of years ago when I started this channel. So that's what the end product looked like, which I don't think is that bad. I think it looks pretty nice. And I'm gonna do a project with that. I saw somebody do something with flowers and some glue and some, oh, so that's what was on the canvas under the thing. That's how it turned out. So I'm gonna let that dry, and I think I'm gonna use it, really use it to cover a journal or something. So I'll show you guys that at a later video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time, okay?